Oh yes, you are welcome back to today's broadcast. Today is a very interesting news and update, and I would like you to watch the video to the end. Don't skip any part of it on the issue concerning Nigeria and the US. So as it is now, the US senators, two of the US senators, those that are in Congress House, they are now having a very big issue between themselves because of Nigeria. And I know that since the Rerimo left Nigeria till now, many people have been asking questions concerning Rerimo. What has he been doing since he left Nigeria, and the promise and everything about Nigeria. In fact, as all those question and all those question and answer, everything is going to answer in this video. So don't skip any part of it. Try to watch to the end, because this our brother here, our different activist, is going to explain to us a lot that is going on between the U.S. senator and between the Rory Moore and the Michael Arnold that came to Nigeria, and they saw everything that happens, and mostly the issue of buying of Christians in Nigeria. So according to the headline, it says U.S. senators clash over Nigerian crisis after killing of Christians in the north. So the recent buying of Christians in the north, this one that happened in Jos, and the one that happens in Kaduna, and the one that happened in different parts of the north, mostly this one that happens in Jos, Plateau State. So it had come to the ear of US. Now they are now debating on it. So Rory Moore is now talking, and Mike Arnold is now asking Rory Moore a very serious question concerning the promise he promised Nigeria, and concerning what he said about Nigeria. Then what is his work? What is he doing about all those things? In fact, it's a very big debate and a very serious talk between two of them now. So don't skip any part of it. As you're about to watch, like, subscribe, and make sure you share it. Let others see what is really going on in Nigeria.
Why is the American government not doing anything despite the ongoing genocide going on in Nigeria? This is the question a lot of people has been asking. And this question also has sparked debate between two US senators. Oh yes, you had me right. In fact, this man, his name is Mike Arnold. Mike Arnold has thrown a very big challenge to a US congressman whose name is Rep. Moore. Now, I'm going to show you the challenge because it's very interesting. Quite interesting, I'll tell you. Please, I beg you to stay with me. But before I do that, I want to give you just a brief detail of both of them, right? As I said, this is Mike Arnold. He is a U.S. security analyst, and this is Rep. Moore. He is a U.S. congressman. In fact, it is this man that Trump gave the job to report to him everything that is happening in Nigeria. But unfortunately, it seems this man is not telling Trump anything that is going on in Nigeria. So this man, Mike Arnold, has come out to say, no. Oga, you are not doing your job. So Mike Arnold is challenging, Rep. Moore. Now, let's start from here. Mike Arnold wrote an article on his social media handle. He said, genocide, U.S. Congressman Moore wasting his time promising to work with incompetent Tinubu. Nigerians shouldn't thank him. They should tell him to wake up. So Mike Arnold is telling Nigerians to tell, this man, Rep. Moore, to wake up. We should stop thanking him that he's not doing anything. Now, if you remember that just 2 days ago, there was an attack, in Jos, right? Let me show you what this man wrote on his social media handle. It said, look at him. He said, a United States Congressman, Willie Moore, has warned that continued attacks on Christians in Nigeria would strain diplomatic relations between the United States following reports of the deadly Palm Sunday assault in Jos, Plateau State. So after the attack that day, what Willie Moore posted on his social media handle is that the United States of America is going to strain diplomatic relation, means to cut diplomatic relation, that they are going to cut diplomatic relation with Nigeria if the attack continues. But you know what? This is not the first time that he's writing something like this, because every week in Nigeria, we hear deadly attacks. So what has he been doing? But then, Mike Arnold wrote something that is very, very interesting. Look at this. He said, 30 more slaughtered. This is Mike Arnold speaking now. 30 more slaughtered in Jos on Palm Sunday. Gunmen on motorcycles, bodies in the street. And Congressman William Moore once again warns the Nigerian government that continued violence may stray relations. Wow, they must really be scared now. So Mike Arnold is just yabbing, really more, saying, okay, so because of that thing you wrote, the Nigerian government should be scared now, right? He laughed. That means it's a child's play. Everybody knows the game they are playing. All right, stray relations. Seriously? Let's see what hasn't strayed his relations with these people yet. All right, here is just a few of the incidents that have happened since Trump asked more with digging into Nigeria on October 31st, 2025, 5 months ago. It was actually on October 31st, 2005 that Trump gave, really more that tax to get informations for him on everything that is happening in Nigeria. But unfortunately, should I say, this is 5 months gone. Nothing. The American government is not doing anything. So is it that really more is telling Trump that everything is coming down? That is it what it means? But wait, because this man, Mike Arnold, exposed a lot of things in this news. Please stay with me. Now look at the first one. On November, 402 people kidnapped more than Chibok. In November, 1 month after Relimo was given this tax, 402 plus people kidnapped more than Chibok, the worst mass adoption since 2014. What did Relimo do? Nothing. Okay, let's see the second one. December, National Security Advisor Rabidu, the man Moore met with, the man who calls the jihadists his brother, was caught arming Magban Fulani militiamen with AK-47 rifles under a federal security operation. You can imagine. In December, National Security Advisor Rabidu, according to this man, they said that they caught him giving arms to Fulani people, to bandits. He was giving arms to them. And it is this the same man that this Willie Moore met with, according to what this man wrote here. Right? So he's saying, Oga, what are you doing? Now look at the second one. He said, on December 16, 12 Christian miners slaughtered near Jos. Nigerian authorities had received a specific advance warning and publicly dismissed it as false. No security deployed. All 12 dead. On December 16, 12 Christian miners were slaughtered in Jos, and the security personnel denied it. Okay? December 31st, New Year's Eve massacre, just south. Seven killed as families prepare to ring in 2026. New Year, as in on 31st December, as everybody they happy to enter New Year. 7 people were killed in Jos. 7 people were killed. What did the security personnel do? What did Rep. Limo do? Nothing. On January 3rd, New Year, 42 men tied up, slaughtered at Kasuwan Daji Market. Women and children kidnapped. Village burned to the ground. So on January 3rd, another one happened where people were killed. The village was burned down. What did Willie Moore do? Did he tell Trump? Okay. Now look at this one. It says, late January, 160 plus worshippers adopted. Of course, we know this one. 160 people were adopted. On February 3rd, 160 people plus killed in Woro Village, Kwara State. 71 plus more killed in Niger State later that month. All these things are attacks that has happened in Nigeria this year. Now the question is, what is Willie Moore doing? Is he telling Trump or is he not telling Trump? Now look at, on March 3rd, Ngoshi, 100 plus dead, 300 plus adopted. Soldiers retreated before firing a single shot. Adoption, 100 plus, 300 plus were adopted. And those people that are adopted, if they don't pay the ransom that we are asked to pay, pure, they will unalive them. On March 27, Nigerian Chief of Defense Staff publicly declared terrorists are prodigal sons who deserve rehabilitation, not death. His own party called it a dangerous mindset. National Security Advisor Rabidu had already called them brothers. Now the army chief called them sons on video. You can imagine, this is quite interesting. Okay, on March 29, Palm Sunday, 30 shot dead in Jos. So all these things has been happening. Has really more been telling Trump about all this? That is the question. Finally, it says, this is the government Moore says he is glad to be working with. These are the relations he's nurturing. Could this be the fruit of the $9 million robbing machine funded by Tinubu, staffed with conservative Republicans that has been manipulating the narrative since day one? The National Security Advisor arms the killers and calls them brothers. The defense chief calls them sons, while the government denies millions of displaced, calls them criminals and bulldozers their camps. Una dey hear? No be me write am o, na this man talk am. And Congressman Moore warns them their behavior might become concerning. With respect, Mr. Moore, you have been bamboozled and people are dying while you play dice. So he has told, really more that, Oga, people are dying and you are playing dice. You are playing dice. What is really happening? What is going on? Is it the $9 million? What is going on? This is the man that when he started, everybody was like, oh, thank God, this man is going to help us. This man is going to help us. What we are talking about is about lives. But suddenly, this man stopped talking. He started with, let us change Sharia. The next thing he said, state police. I don't really understand. Me myself, I don't understand. Apart from what Mike Arnold is saying, me, I don't understand this man. I don't understand. Let him tell Trump to come and help us. People are dying on daily basis now. People are dying on daily basis. It seems our security men cannot control this. What else do we have to do? Neither than calling for help. Eh? Mr. Rilimo, what is happening? What is happening? Please tell us what is happening. Hey, Oluwa, please make una help me ask am wetin dey happen. Is it the money or is it what? I don't know. Anyway, please, I want you to listen to this very brief analysis. Then you drop your comment in the comment section, please, what you think.
Thank you, Mayor Mike Arnold, for joining us. Let me start with you. I mean, how long have you been in Nigeria now?
This is my 16th time to be in Nigeria since 2010. I've been all over the country.
But on this particular trip?
I just got here.
And this is a fact-finding mission.
Yes.
What scope is it going to have?
I am meeting with a number of leaders and asking tough questions to start.
Right. But, I mean, obviously there are places where these alleged genocidal activities are said to be taking place. Are you going to be venturing into
I have been to Jos, I've been to Bokos.
Right.
I've had a team that's been to Gwoza just very recently. And I've been all over the south and central part of the country. I build schools and run schools in IDP camps. We have 2 schools up and running and a third one under construction. We teach 550 students full-time education. And that's here in the FCT.
Right. Okay. Well, welcome to Nigeria. And again, and let me turn to you, Jeff Gibbs. Sorry, you appear to be marooned in our sort of off-site studio there, but we can see you and you're certainly part of this conversation. And thank you very much indeed for joining us. You are a filmmaker as well as a Republican. Tell us what your role is going to be in this fact-finding mission.
Well, I'm not sure who mentioned to you any political affiliation I may have at home, but I am a filmmaker. I can attest to that.
Okay, so what are you going to be doing on this mission in Nigeria?
Well, it's a very brief mission on this trip. I'm just here in support of the mayor and his fact-finding mission. This is my 6th time in Nigeria in about 4 years or so. I have had time in the camps. I'm not the person to really speak on many of the facts or the details regarding all of the situation and the issues facing Nigeria, but what I can say is that I've spent time in the camps and that I've met and made friends with these children, and these are people from, in one camp we have predominantly Christian students in our school, and in another camp we have predominantly Muslim students, and what I can say unites them. What I can say is that seeing into their eyes, the hope and light that's in their eyes, they shine with love, and as a filmmaker, that's what I've been responding to.
Are you going to be making any films while you're here?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Are you going to be filming what you're sort of doing here?
If I can have time to pull out my phone and it's notable to film, then that is part of my job, yes, sir.
Right, okay, let me come back to you, Reno, because, I mean, let's be honest, and we appreciate the fact that you brought them down to sort of try and gather facts and take it back to sort of the United States. But, I mean, what the problem appears to be, from one point of view, is that this country has in fact been invaded by a lot of jihadi terror groups. I mean, some of them coming from across the Sahel and all the rest of them who have their own agendas that they're trying to pursue, some of which might include eliminating non-Muslim groups. I mean, but the point, of course, is that that's not official government policy, is it?
Well, it's not even that. These guys, they have an agenda against secularity. You've got to understand that their agenda is against secularity. Nigeria is a secular nation and they are against secularity. And in keeping with that agenda, they will attack Muslim groups and Christian groups who are in support of that secularity of Nigeria. So if you got to go down memory lane. How did this start? This started in 2011 when the Obama administration intervened in Libya. And Gaddafi had a legionnaire army. For those who don't understand, that's a mercenary army, a foreign army. Even in this country, some activists that I don't want to name were trained in Libya. You know, Charles Taylor was trained in Libya, Fode Sanko in Libya. And so when he fell, these individuals, they left Libya and then they came to the Sahel. They had money, they had training, they had skills. And so they came here, and it's not just in Nigeria. People seem to just pick on Nigeria, but throughout the Sahel, they came and they've been causing mayhem. So they led to the toppling of democratic governments from Burkina Faso to Mali and Niger. And they're trying to do the same thing here. So this is a fight against secularity. It's not a Christian genocide, and it's nothing to do with moderate Islam.
So what I mean, what are you telling them about? I mean, where are you taking them across Nigeria, and what are you telling them to do with what they get? They're going to go back to Texas and sort of take the facts they've gathered back to Ted Cruz?
Senator Ted Cruz was briefed before they embarked on this trip, and the mayor can speak for himself, and not just Senator Ted Cruz, other persons. We're having a press conference tomorrow, 4 p.m., right here at the Hilton, and the international community, the world press are going to be there, Reuters, Bloomberg, and a couple of other people are going to be there. I suppose that Arise will also be there. Now, the thing is, they are here on a fact-finding mission, so I cannot put actions into their hands.
Yes, of course.
Put words into their mouth. So if they tell me they want to see this, they want to go here, that's the basic idea of a fact-finding mission. Already, they've met with the chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, they've met with the Secretary General of JNI, and they're going to meet with more people. So they go where they want to go, and at the end of the day, they're going to take the facts, present them to the policymakers in the United States, and this idea about making Nigeria a country of particular concern must die. Because if you do that, you're enabling the terrorists and you're punishing ordinary Nigerians, Christians and Muslims, the very people that Senator Ted Cruz says he wants to help.
And Mayor Arnold, I mean, in reality, Nigeria's, you say you've obviously been here a number of times. I don't know how much sort of homework or whether your previous visits were in any way related to what you're doing now, but I mean, Nigeria's conflicts are multifaceted. I mean, they're driven by ethnic rivalries, there are land disputes, there's pure criminality, with religion often taking a secondary or tertiary position. Boko Haram, for example, which emerged in Maiduguri in the far north Borno state in 2009, positioned itself against the Nigerian state as an apostate entity, not against any single religious group. And in fact, most of their victims have been Muslims. I don't know whether you're aware of that sort of thing. I mean, and this is coming from people who are non-Muslims.
Well, since 2019, this is my 6th time in Nigeria since then. It's been entirely focused on understanding and telling the story of the internally displaced. And the filmmaker, Mr. Gibbs, is my producer for a film a documentary film that we've been producing now for many years, all through Nigeria, and getting the stories and profiles of these displaced people, which I'm startled that people don't talk about that more. There's estimates anywhere from 4 to 10 million Nigerians who were peaceful, productive people that are now denied and ground down and given no chance to get back. And that's the larger, to me, tragedy, the byproduct of this. I see children, a lot of them, multitudes, millions, literally, of children growing up believing that power comes from violence and that being peaceful is death. And that's a curse on this nation if there's no intervention. Our schools, we have so many testimonials. The kids show up wanting to get guns and go back and kill, and they get an education. They want to go back and rebuild. That's how this is ultimately fixed. When the internally displaced are recognized and restored, it'll be the foundation of a great nation. Until then, I fear for this nation.
Right, and I think a lot of people would share that fear. But I mean, have you been sort of in communication with, because I mean, one of the reasons why, obviously the Nigerian government has a responsibility to its own people, but one of the reasons why they're going through a very difficult time now is the cutting of support from the United States of America, which used to provide for some of those displaced people, and lots of them in the far north and across many other parts of Nigeria. So, I mean, it's put this country in a very difficult situation as a result of the cutting of those funds. I wonder what your thoughts are.
I don't understand why a nation that's as mineral rich and growing as Nigeria has to go and beg from Uncle Sam for help serving their own people. Nigerians have plenty of resources to help these people get back, or at least get something where they can have stability and a life. Now they're denied, they're ground down, they're called criminals, they're called vagrants. Their homes are bulldozed with no warning. It's a horrific life that these people are living, and nobody's here. I mean, why should it be? You don't want America to come here and say anything about terrorism, but you want their money? That doesn't make sense to me whatsoever.
Yeah, that makes that's a good point. And let me come to you, Jeff Gibbs, in our off-site studio. I wonder what you make of what's been said so far.
Well, you certainly have two of the more informed and well-studied people on the subject on your dais there this evening. And again, my reiteration would be that across all of the walks of life, across all of the different tribes people, faith backgrounds, what I've seen through the hearts and the eyes of Nigerians is what keeps me coming back. And these schools that we serve for these children, for the IDPs who ask for nothing except to educate their children, to give them hope and a way out, is, for me, in my opinion, I would like to see these camps eradicated. I would like to see them put out of business. We do need to serve these children and these IDPs, but they need to be restored, and that's what I would like to make out of this.
Well, why do you think they're not being served? I mean, why do you think they appear to be ignored?
It's a very good question, and based on the discussions that I've been tangential to, I don't have a good answer for you on that. I would have to defer to Mike.
Well, let me defer to Reno Mokri, who's got an ear to the ground and who is, of course, Nigerian. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh yes. It's very, very shocking. You all have seen everything that is going on, and both the interview, both the message Rerimo sent to Nigeria, both the Mike Arnold message and his interview also, and what he was saying on the question they were asking him, because I don't know the type of country we are living. You don't need the American to come into your country to wipe out the terrorists, but you are demanding for them to give you money for you to chase away terrorists. And that same money they are giving to you, you are now giving it back to them for the Washington to write, for them to write against that there is nothing like genocide going on in Nigeria. Is it not madness? It's not a madness. Sometimes we don't really understand the type of politician we have in this country. They will be claiming sovereignty, but your people is being by every day. No peace anywhere in Nigeria. No love, no security. Everywhere is being insecure. And the worst part of it is when people rise up to speak against this injustice, this insecurity that is covering all the whole state in Nigeria. Some of the politicians, they will come up and they will rise up and start attacking you. Then the next thing is to send soldiers to you and to send DSS, police, or anyone. Then they will send it to you and they will kidnap you. But the main people that is causing all those problems, they are there moving around and they are there compensating them, doing a lot of things for them. It's a very, very heart-touching something. Imagine the type of people that is losing every day in Nigeria. Every day. Nigeria, according to what we are seeing, Nigeria is not a country where there's fighting war. And the place where there's fighting war, like Iran, like Israel, and there's some other part of the world, like the Russia and the Ukraine, that is fighting war. So we have not seen this type of rate of death that is occurring in Nigeria today in their home where there is fighting war. But in Nigeria, every day people is being by left, right, and center. And once you talk, the government will stand on you. But the people that is being buying people every day, they are being going free every day. They are being set free every day. And at the end, they will tell you that they are reintegrating them back to the society and they're giving them opportunity or work opportunity to join into soldier or to join into police or any force they like to join. They will join in. In fact, a lot is going on in the country and a lot is still happening. It is very, very heartbreaking. Michael, the remor that came into Nigeria, we don't know if it is bribe, that they bribed him for him to close his mouth, or if it is just that he just want to close his mouth in the whole thing that is happening. All the Christians, all the people that is being persecuted in the country, be you Muslim, be you Christians, be you pagan, be you anyone you are, as long as you are a victim of those bandits or you are a victim of those terrorists, you'll be expecting people to come and save you, or you'll be expecting some people to come and rescue you. But after we hear that kind of news, they are coming. US is coming. After some noise somehow, late last year to this year, after everything, so the story now die. We don't even hear about Remor again. If he really submits the report, or this report he submits, if he really tell Trump what is really happening in Nigeria, because what we saw in the book is only that they say that he's proposing for state policing, and what also we hear that he's not discussing about division of Nigeria. That one is the one that sound heavily in everybody's ear, but other ones we don't really see. And he's also proposing of Sharia. And then after that, the northern group and northern leaders now tell him that he will not remove Sharia in Nigeria. But after then, we don't really see any other talk beside. But we are still expecting for change, and we are still expecting to see American army to come into Nigeria, at least to control the some of the places where this banditry is attacking seriously. But still now, we are still waiting. Well, I would like to hear your comment down below. What do you think about the whole thing happening in Nigeria? Like, subscribe, and make sure you share it for everyone to see what is happening. We say thank you for watching.